Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your home for political updates, election insights, and the real stories shaping South Africa's future. Today, we are zooming in on a by-election that might look small on paper but has massive implications. Ward 16 in Koppies, known as Kwakwatsi, within the Ngwede local municipality in the Free State. This ward has long been an ANC stronghold, but as this latest vote shows, the ground is shifting. And not just slightly, we're talking about a realignment of political loyalties that could reshape power in the province and beyond. Let's start with the numbers. The African National Congress held on to the ward, but just barely. The ANC secured 47% of the vote, a major drop from the 62% it won previously. That's a staggering 15 percentage point decline, and in politics, especially in local government, those kinds of losses are not just red flags, they are sirens. When you lose that much ground in your own backyard, it means something deeper is at play. Now let's talk about who gained from the ANC's decline. The Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, are the biggest winners here. They shot up from just 18% in 2024 to 35% in this by-election, almost doubling their vote share. And they didn't just gain numbers. They gained legitimacy, especially in areas that were once considered untouchable for opposition parties. And then we have the uMkhonto weSizwe, MK, party, the new kids on the block. A few months ago, MK was barely registering in this ward. But now, they've pulled 15% of the vote, a major surprise to political observers and analysts. In a ward where MK was previously invisible, this is more than just a modest success, it's a signal that the party is beginning to connect with voters who are disillusioned by both the ANC and the EFF. And here's the thing, these aren't isolated numbers. They reflect real, on-the-ground shifts in political energy. According to one anonymous ANC branch member, and I quote, "This result is a wake-up call. We are holding on, but the ground is shifting." That quote says it all. The ANC is still in power in Ward 16, but it's not in control. So what's driving this shift? Let's start with voter turnout. This time around, it was 57%, up from just 45% in the previous local election. That may not sound like a lot, but in local politics, that's a huge surge. And here's the kicker, that higher turnout didn't benefit the ANC. It went straight to the opposition. What we're seeing here is a sign of something bigger, political reawakening among ordinary South Africans, especially younger voters. People who once stayed home, fed up and disillusioned, are now stepping into the voting booth. And when they do, they're voting for change, not continuity. Let's be honest, the ANC is no longer the automatic choice. The days of voting ANC out of loyalty to the liberation struggle are fading. Today's voters are asking harder questions. Where are the jobs? Why are the roads full of potholes? Why does the tap run dry for days? Why does my councillor live better than the entire ward? The EFF is capitalizing on that frustration. Their brand, radical, anti-establishment, unapologetic, appeals to the youth. Their presence in communities, their language of empowerment, and their consistent attack on corruption, that message is landing. And in Kwakwatsi, it landed hard. But MK's rise is even more fascinating. This is a party that didn't perform well nationally in this ward, but still managed double digits in the by-election. What changed? The answer lies in MK's ability to capture that neither-nor of voters. People who are neither ANC loyalists nor EFF supporters. People who feel like all the major parties have failed them. MK is filling that void with a message of renewal, legacy, and a return to values, especially in regions with deep historical ties to liberation politics. Let's not forget the other parties. The African Congress for Transformation, ACT, and the Labour Party barely registered, getting 2% and 1% respectively. The Pan-Africanist Congress, PAC, a once revolutionary force, received less than 1%, a reminder of how far they've fallen in electoral relevance. But here's the real twist: the Democratic Alliance, DA, which got 18% in 2024, didn't contest the by-election at all. That's right, they sat this one out. Some might call it strategic, others might say it's cowardly. Either way, their absence shifted the game. Many moderate voters, especially those who might have leaned DA, likely switched to the EFF or even MK, further swelling opposition numbers. The DA's no-show raises questions about their ability to compete in traditionally non-white wards and whether they've ceded ground to more aggressive opposition forces. So where does all this leave us? First, the ANC is bleeding, not just votes, but trust. If they're losing 15 percentage points in one ward in less than a year, imagine what could happen in a general election across the Free State, or the country. Second, the EFF is no longer just an urban, youth-focused protest party. They're winning hearts in traditional ANC zones, and they're doing it with smart campaigning and relentless messaging. Third, the MK party is no longer a curiosity. They're a real factor. Their appeal might still be niche, but it's growing. And if they build structures fast enough, they could challenge both the EFF and ANC in upcoming races. And finally, this by-election is proof that South Africa's political future will be shaped at the local level, in places like Koppies, in wards like 16, where everyday people are starting to realize the power of their vote. So what does it all mean? It means the ANC can take any ward for granted. It means the EFF is knocking on the door of real power. It means MK could disrupt coalition talks in the near future. And it means that ordinary South Africans, especially young people, are taking back control of the narrative. The old guard is being challenged. The new guard is stepping up. And we're all witnesses to the beginning of what might become one of the most dynamic and unpredictable political eras in South African history. What do you think this means for the 2026 local elections? Will the ANC lose more ground? Can the EFF and MK work together, or are we headed for coalition chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we want to hear from you. And don't forget, if you found this breakdown helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an update on South Africa's political shifts. Thanks for watching, stay informed, and as always, see you next time.